Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So today, let's talk about what's going on in the markets today and why Bitcoin is nearing that breakout point. Yes, it is. So let's talk about it, and let's talk about everything else that's going on in the world today. All right, let's do it. Welcome, guys. Today's interesting. Today's actually really interesting for several reasons. Bitcoin's a little bit lower right now versus yesterday. We have some that are rallying. For example, Ton. Ton has been oversold recently, obviously due to the CEO getting arrested, but it is starting to climb up. Wondering if that is a bottom point for Ton. But getting back to business, today the US market is in the red. Yeah, that's right. It seems like there's really nothing this week that Wall Street is looking forward to besides this guy's earnings, right? Which comes out tomorrow after the bell. Nvidia. It seems like the world revolves around Nvidia at this point. And everyone wants to see if they're going to lift up, if they're going to have a spectacular quarter once again, they're going to lift up the entire sector, right? And it seems like that is what Wall Street is looking for right now. There's really no other big economic stuff that's coming out this week. Maybe a few things, but like overall, everyone wants to see what Nvidia is going to do. But there is something else that's interesting. Very interesting indeed. You see this right here, Crypto Millionaires? Bitcoin rally helps create more than 84,000 new crypto millionaires in a single year. The population of crypto millionaires in the world soared 95% over the past year as ETFs and other crypto assets climbed, according to a new report. There are now 172,300 individuals worldwide holding over 1 million in crypto. 95% gain. Now, why is that interesting? Well, if you think about it, obviously Bitcoin is still above 60,000, but you figure, well, if it's around the same point as the high of 2021, how could crypto millionaires double since that time? Well, the answer is easy, because during crypto winter, many people loaded up. They DCA, dollar cost average. So when Bitcoin was below 20,000, a lot of people bought. A lot of people bought at 15, 16, 17, 18,000. A lot of people bought under 30,000. Right? Those are the people that have 100% gain and has made them a lot of wealth. This is why I've always said DCA. HODL, DCA. That's it. That's all you need to do. And that's why we have 95% more millionaires today. Now imagine next year. Imagine when Bitcoin's above six figures. We're going to have another 95% growth, right? Absolutely amazing. This is what Bitcoin and crypto can do. Life-changing wealth just within a few years, possibly, right? And it's very hard to attain this with any other assets out there. All right, now, what's that breakout point? Where is it? When is it? Well, according to this analyst, we're like right there. A 312% ROI. Okay, we are at that breakout period. So if you look at the top left-hand corner, you could see the parabolic curve step-like formation. So we had step 1, step 2, step 3. We are in step 4 right now. And step 4 leads to the biggest jump of the parabolic phase. So according to this analyst, after we break out of step 4, base 4, okay, and there's a bear trap, you see is marked. There's a bear trap. We just went through that, 49,000. After that, that's when we start rallying. And it makes sense. The timing of this all correlates. Okay, I showed a graph yesterday. showing the banana zone, the parabolic phase starts in November. And we know the rate cuts are going to start September, right? It's all aligning. So once we break out of this, this is setting us up to lead into 2025 in a big way and, of course, continue in 2025. That could push Bitcoin way, way higher than just 100,000. This one is showing that Bitcoin go to 260,000. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And you know who believes in this too? Not just me, not just most of you guys, not just this analyst. BlackRock, the largest asset manager on the planet. That's right. The largest asset manager on the planet with over 12 trillion in asset. They believe in this too. Look at this staggering inflow stat from yesterday. When others actually sold because Bitcoin went down, right? Look at this. Fidelity sold 8 million. Bitwise, is it Bitwise? Yeah. Sold 16 million, 17 million. You got Van Eyck selling 72 million, right? BlackRock took in a staggering $224 million. Their largest inflow in months. What does that show you? BlackRock believes in the banana zone, in the parabolic phase. They are using their other funds to buy their own Bitcoin ETF. They are doing whatever it takes to only have inflows, no outflows. So even on outflow days for other funds, guess what? BlackRock continues to load up in a major way. Yesterday, 224 million. That is enormous. Enormous. It's mind-boggling. They're third largest Bitcoin holder. They will surpass Binance probably by the end of this year. And at some point next year, they will surpass Satoshi Nakamoto. And that's not a good thing. But I'm telling you guys, Larry Fink and BlackRock, they know what's up. Zero outflows, only inflow. They want the whole entire supply. That tells you something. That tells you that he recognizes something. He sees something. Maybe he wants to control it because he wants to manipulate it. That could be another reason. But as of right now, you got to pay attention to this. You don't want to let this guy have all the Bitcoin out there, right? And here's what's also interesting too. You could notice that the green days and the red days for inflow outflow, a lot of Wall Street, if you look at this, it's just very reactionary, kind of like retail investors, right? So when you see a big dump, you see a lot of red outflows, right? And you see a lot of inflows on pump days. It shouldn't be like that, right? It should be where on the down days, you have a lot of inflow. And then on the up days, you have a lot of outflow. But if you're looking at ETFs, it looks like the fund managers and the institutions and everyone else, they're very reactionary, like retail investors. But you know who isn't? Freaking BlackRock. Because BlackRock only has inflows. There are no outflows. All these outflows that you see are not from BlackRock, right? So it's human nature to kind of fall for FUD and FOMO on rallies. But the smart thing to do is do the opposite. When things get scary, when the fear level's at 25, that's when you continue to load up and DCA while others are panicking. And that's how you make your life-changing wealth. All right. What else is there? Crypto bank Xapo to manage a 200 million Bitcoin denominated hedge fund. So obviously that's a large amount. That's probably for everyone, not just, for all assets, not just Bitcoin. That could be hitting a lot of assets. Here's another one showing the global asset. Global liquidity is at an all-time high, 95 trillion. Yes, trillion with a T. Right? So whenever we see global liquidity, which has not gone up since 2021, whenever we see it go up, it correlates with Bitcoin. And you can see the big rises with the blue, right? That's global liquidity with big rises in Bitcoin's price. And we're starting to rise again. In 3 years, we haven't seen this level breach, and now it is going up. Again, correlating with everything else I'm saying. When the global liquidity starts reaching critical mass once again, that's when assets like Bitcoin is going to start rallying. Again, that breakout point, right? Something's happening. It's brewing behind the scenes. Here's something else. The strength of the dollar, DXY. Look at the previous times when Bitcoin broke out. It was actually when DXY started breaking down. And guess what's happening with the dollar right now? It's breaking down. So it happened in 2016, happened in 2020. It's happening now. In the last few times, we had a 2,300% gain, a 1,100% gain, and this time around, are we going to see a 414% gain? Quite possibly. Let's see how far the DXY falls within the next year or so as rate cuts starts happening. Here's another one, the Gaussian channel that's showing that Bitcoin is on its uprise. Of course, we already know this. And if you're looking at where Bitcoin is in this cycle versus other cycles, again, this kind of correlates with that election state in November. So basically, bottom line is we got a couple of months before that parabolic phase. But in the meantime, we're still rallying upwards. A lot of these, you may have noticed, a lot of these lines starts before that recovery of 2 years, which actually just kind of correlates with that November timeframe. But a lot of these lines you see will start moving beforehand. And that's where September and October comes in, right? So we're still on track. Ignore the FUD, continue to DCA, and let the gains come to you. All right. What else is there? What else is there? Oh, on-chain active address. This is across all major blockchain, not just Bitcoin. This is just all time. But notice in 2017, basically non-existent. We didn't really have anything in 2017. We had ETH dominating, ICOs dominating, but we didn't really have any dApps. Even in 2021 rally, right? We had a few major L1s. But overall, number of users in DeFi, still very little. We had barely any memes, and we didn't have a lot of bridges and liquidity pools and everything else, right? But look at what has happened in 2024. We're literally, what, 4x, 5x since 2021? That's why a lot of you guys may be complaining like, oh, why are alts so weak? Alts are stronger than at this point in time, stronger than all previous cycles before. It's because of all the dApps are out there and all the users that continue to use them, right? That's staggering. Just imagine another 4 years where that's going to be. Of course, we still have AI. So looking forward to what's going to happen on Wednesday night when NVIDIA reports. Could it pump up all the AI tokens? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. And the last few things, MakerDAO is now called Sky, and they're rolling out new stablecoin. I don't know if any of you guys use DAI, but you can convert it to their new stablecoin, and they have a new governance token called Sky. Not sure what's going on, but they're pretty big, $7 billion. Telegram founder still arrested, and now you have Dubai or UAE and Russia pressuring France to treat Pavel fairly and to give him access to their consulate. I guess right now he's like sitting in a black box or something, and they are not letting anyone talk to him. So it's good to see countries are rooting for him. All right. That's pretty much it. Let's see. Dow's up, NASDAQ still down. Looking at today, Mara's having a huge negative day. Nvidia's okay. Coinbase and MicroStrategy not doing so well today. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right, let me scroll up here. Let's see. Viral World Life, new member, welcome. All right, let's see. Bill says fearful noobs everywhere. That is right. Sausage demand and Big Mac index are two most important indicators. I brought that up yesterday. The sausage, you can even see it right here, sausage indicator. This is actually something that's really laughable, but I covered this last night and I guess it's true. When sausage demand goes up, that means the economy is struggling. I didn't know if you're struggling with your finances, you have to go buy sausage. I didn't know there was actually a correlation, but I guess there is. Chit chat. Is September a great month for crypto? Looking to add big cash, but don't know if another dips is coming. No one knows, man. No one knows. But if you continue DCA, you'll be part of this group right here. The world's crypto millionaires went up, basically doubled within the past year. And that is due to DCA and buying low, buying the dips. What happened to MakerDAO? Will you bring it back? No. No, I will not. Hi from Denmark. Tyler says, I bought a sausage yesterday, had no idea why. Now you do. Why is ETH bleeding out so bad? You know what? I didn't check the ETF for ETH. Let's see. Yeah, Grayscale continues to sell massively. So could be Grayscale's selling pressure. Yeah, I mean, if you look at ETH is like just doing horrible. Look at, I know today a little red for most, but look at the last 60-day performance. Bitcoin is still up about 1.68% last 60 days. ETH is down 24% in the last 60 days. I mean, even XRP is up 24% last 60 days. Solana is up 7% last 7 days. ETH is down 23%. You know, something's, I don't know what it is. I can't really explain it. Besides Grayscale selling, we had like Jump Capital or something selling ETH. But it shouldn't be this week. It could be because there's so many that are just building on the L2s now, like Base and and Arbitrum and Optimism, and so many are building on other chains like Solana now. So it's just drained out a lot of liquidity or enthusiasm over ETH, I guess. Jordan asks, George, hey, if a coin has 1 billion market cap now, what do you think could go this cycle? It depends. A lot are just at 1 billion. I don't know, like something like Bonk. Can it do a 10x to 10 billion? Yeah, I think Phantom. Can it do that? Yeah. Jupiter, can it do that? Yeah. I mean, these are all great projects. Pith, Celestia, Say, Lido, these are all great. Man, PayPal, I don't get who's using PayPal's stablecoin, but it's up here now. There are a lot. Core and Ondo, they're like in the RWA space. You got another meme coin like Brett that's up here. These are all like 1 million, sub 1 million. They could all do at least a 10x. The good ones. XRP a good buy. I'm not the biggest fan of XRP. What do you think the price of BTC would be at if ETFs never existed? Well, if we were following what has happened before in previous cycles, Bitcoin will probably be around like 40 something thousand. I would say probably be like 40 something thousand. And then we would trend up close to 50, 60,000 within the next 2 months. And finally, in November timeframe, we would break out of that 69,000, head into 70,000s. So I honestly think that we are ahead of the game. We're ahead of all previous runs. And that's why it's, we're just going sideways at this moment, right? But it's only because we already moved way faster than previous cycles. Benny Blue Eyes, do you like custom unique cars as much as new ones? Not really. I just I like factory stuff. I used to when I was younger, I used to modify cars and stuff. That just doesn't appeal to me anymore. I mean, if it's done tastefully, sure. But yeah, I just prefer new stock cars. Have you seen the new Aliens or The Crow? No. I don't even know what the Crow is about. And I'm so sick of seeing alien movies. I thought Prometheus was interesting, showing a prequel. But then the one after Prometheus really sucked. It really pissed me off. Watching David, become a monster. Made no sense whatsoever. Prometheus was awesome. And then the one after Prometheus really sucked. It made me lose all interest in the series again. Robert says, I have a strong position in Stellar Lumens, much lower market cap, and also major partnerships and retail utility. Yeah, I don't know. Not a big fan of Stellar. The Crow's a 90s movies remake. I know about the original, but I don't know if the new one is like a new guy, new post thing, or I just don't know the concept of the new Crow movie, but I know what the old one is. Do you take a Ferrari to any car meets like cars and coffee? No. No, because first of all, I don't, I don't like track down the schedule. I don't know when they happen. I just don't go. I really don't drive the car anywhere. There's one across the street from me every so often, but it's more for like older muscle cars and older classic cars. Um, if I showed up my Ferrari, I'd just like it wouldn't really fit. Critical Drinker said The Crow is the worst movie of 2024. I don't know who that is, but I believe it. I believe it. Seems like they're running out of movie ideas. They just keep remaking old ones. Yeah, or doing prequels or sequels, right, of the old classics. There's really no like new movie ideas anymore. It's all prequels or sequels, and all the actors that we love are getting like super old. Or they bring someone else that no one cares about. Like, it's really hard to find a new original movie that's a hit. Nothing in the green today. Oh no. Cosmos and Floki and Helium, they're in the green today. Akash, big jump today, 9% in the DPIM play. Ooh, Nvidia turned green. What do you think about Russia's plans to start using crypto transactions next week? I kind of covered this for Roundtable yesterday, but if you think about it, Russia coming out their own crypto exchanges and unbanning mining all makes sense, right? They want to get off the USD standard. So obviously, now that, and plus they're hearing about the US possibly making Bitcoin their strategic reserve. Like, it makes sense for them and China and BRICS nations to kind of do their own thing and get off the USD standard, right? Accumulate as much Bitcoin. And that's, they're probably going to take a percentage from their Bitcoin miners, and then also allow cryptocurrency trading, but not use USD as the base currency, use rubles or yuan. It makes a whole lot of sense. And it's great for crypto because it's not like you could generate or make new Bitcoin, right? They're still taking from the existing pile. So overall, it's just going to add to the scarcity factor. Is there a correlation between ETH and sausage? I don't know about that. Good morning. Do you think Render has a shot at 10x from here? Render, yes. They're in the AI space. So yes. Jello, if you know tomorrow will be your last day, what will you do with your crypto? I would convert everything to Bitcoin and pass it on to my family. That's what I would do. And the reason why I convert everything to Bitcoin is because it's the one crypto that I know will last forever. For everything else, can't be so sure. Do you believe AVAX can surpass last cycle's all-time high? Yeah, I think so. I think so. They're not that far off, are they? Let's see. They're 125. Yeah, they need to do at least a 5x. Can they do that? It depends on if games get hot, right? Avalanche is like all in on games. So if games pick up later this year or next year, Avalanche will see the biggest benefit. They have all the biggest and hottest games. But if games continue to be weak, they could struggle. But the good thing is they're also embracing memes, at least a few, so that could help. And they're into RWA too. So they're not just solely focused on memes, although it's a big part of who they're backing. Token unlocks, let's see. Do they have any token unlocks? They do have more token unlocks, but most of it has been, seems like the biggest climbs have been done. Now it's like more little bit. The foundation, yeah, the foundation grows a lot. All the other ones stay the same. The foundation's supply grows a lot. Not terrible, not, you know, compared to some of the others, they're way worse. Chris W. When you got in the first time, what was the green light that made you say, hey, I got to take a look at it and go all in on Bitcoin? Well, I got in 2013, and then I got out in 2014. Then I got back in 2017 when I realized what a mistake I made. I should have just kept everything I had rather than panic dump like everyone else. At that point in time, I just, you know, I didn't realize it. I just thought I made a mistake and I didn't want to make the same mistake again. So I bought like 3 Bitcoin back in 2017. But now what makes me go like all in on it is really just like learning more about money, how the financial system works and how our government works. And the more you learn about it, the more you realize it's all built on a house of cards. It's really a Ponzi scheme. And one day all fiat currencies will die or lose the status at the very least, right? So the more I learned about that, the more I learned to trust Bitcoin and how it's just a better system. Los, you ever reflect, George, you ever reflect on how far you come since you mentioned you had to flip cars to get by? Is it surreal still? No, I've gotten used to it, but it is quite amazing. Like my aunt came over from Taiwan yesterday, and she knew I was building a house last year. It wasn't done. Now, you know, giving it a tour. You know, even though I've lived in my house for like 8, 9 months now, I've gotten used to it, but for others that haven't seen it, it's just completely new. It's like, wow, you know, it's not something that they've ever seen before. So it made me realize, yeah, how lucky I am right now versus where I was just even a few years ago. All right, guys. Overall, guys, to sum up today, not looking so good right now for Bitcoin and crypto. We retraced a little bit. But I talk about this nearing breakpoint, this breakout moment where Bitcoin really starts moving. That is around the corner, guys. And we have 95% more millionaires today versus a year ago. And we're going to have 95% more next year versus this year. All you have to do is stay strong, stay focused, and DCA along the way. That's really the only formula that truly works. All right, guys, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.